I heard the other day somebody say, I was in the store and I couldn't choose what socks to buy.
Yeah.
It's sad. And one of the things that happens, in my therapy practice, this happens so many times. A nice guy will come in and he'll sit down and he'll say, oh, doc, I feel miserable. I just want to be happy. And I say, okay, well, what makes you happy? And they say, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And it's sad. They just sit there and they realize they have no idea. Nobody has ever asked them, really, what do you want? And so there is a process. You can't just flick a switch. It's actually a learning process like anything else. And I have an exercise in the book. So forgetting for a second the guy who can't pick socks. Most guys can sort of get hold of what they want if no one else is around.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm in a relationship and my girlfriend's out of town, I could probably sort out what I wanted for dinner. But if my girlfriend's around, no, I'm not allowed to know what I want, right? So
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy. So what do? Hey, baby, what do you want for dinner? What do you want? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What movie do you want to see? What? Okay. So the exercise I have people do, because, a restaurant or a movie, this is low stakes stuff, generally speaking. So I tell them they must go off by themselves. They can lock themselves in the bedroom, the bathroom, they can walk the dog, they can take a drive in the car, as long as it takes. It takes an hour, it takes 2 hours, whatever it is, and they have to figure out what they want. And they can visualize, and they can imagine, and they can ask, and they can look it up on the internet, and they have to avoid the trap of what would she want? Well, I would want that. Oh, she'd never want that. They have to avoid that trap. And they have to ask themselves, what restaurant would they eat at if this was my last day on earth? Or if my girlfriend, it wasn't a date, or my girlfriend or my wife didn't exist, where would I want to eat? And then when they know that, and only when they know that, they can come out and say to the other person, I want Italian food tonight. And then they have to shut up and wait.
Right. Instead of going, I want Italian. Does that work for you? Is
Yeah,
that what you want?
right.
Yeah.
Would that be okay? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because the lasagna is good, but we could have Chinese. You want sushi?
Yeah.
Right. No.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, baby, I'm jonesing for lasagna, and shut up.
Yeah. It's funny because it's so simple, but it's so hard to do when you're stuck in trying to please other people all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like starting really,
But
what I hear
easier.
you saying is start really, really small. And then it gets easier to move into the bigger things. Something I see a lot with entrepreneurs who are men, it's like that thing of like making decisions and kind of like the scattered approach, because if you suffer with nice guy syndrome, then you're going to have a hard time always trying to please everyone around you, not knowing exactly what you want, not knowing your vision, not knowing your why. And then you go like, it's really hard to move forward when you're stuck in that way of thinking. Yep. So incredible.
And the worst thing for a nice guy is when he has to please more than one person.
Yeah.
Like he has to please his girlfriend and his mother, or he has to please two departments, the sales department and the creative department in his company. Can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Because you can't please everyone.
That's right.
It's impossible.
Yeah, right. Well, try telling that to a nice guy whose job it is to please everybody and make everybody happy.
To listen to the full episode, head on over to nfacoaching.com, hit the podcast link, and it'll take you to all of the full episodes. And go ahead and leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you to know how these inspirational interviews, tips, and tools are impacting you in your life and business. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any of the Max Potential Habits episodes.